All right guys, so back in the pits here with our bike. This is the Vortex ECU that's been tuned by Twisted Development. This just gives you so much more confidence. Slow wheelies like that, the bike just, it comes up, it doesn't stall. Hey, what's up guys? Travis here with Every Single Sunday. Today we are at Kaweah Creek Motocross Track working with our 21 GasGas EX450. Today we are going to be installing a Vortex ECU that's been tuned by Twisted Development. So most people out there are looking for huge horsepower gains, and that's why they start adding a Vortex ECU, send their bike over to Twisted Development and doing things like that. For me, I'm not really looking for the bigger, better horsepower gains. I don't want more power. These bikes are fast enough for me. What I'm looking for is better fueling and ignition timing that's going to help the bike run better. So from the factory, these bikes are always a little bit weak on the bottom. Right off, if you're lugging them a little bit, they kind of stall, they hiccup, and until they're in the upper RPM range, they just run kind of funny. So today, like I said, we're going to install that Vortex ECU. The guys over at Twisted Development in Temecula, California have gone through and mapped it specifically for us for this bike so that it'll help with that bottom end, help it run cleaner. So I'm going to run this thing around just for a few minutes here. I'm going to exaggerate a little bit, lug it extra, start off in second gear, and show you guys what kind of issues I'm having with it. Then we're going to go ahead, install this, set the throttle position sensors, which is very, very easy, takes just a moment, and then we're going to put us back out here doing another little test, and you'll see how much better the bike runs. All right guys, so like I said, bike is pretty good from the factory, but what I'm looking for is better low-end idle performance. So when you're working the really low speed stuff like this, the bike sometimes wants to stall. So I'm going to kick it to second and it just flames out. So it's once again, and like I said, I'm exaggerating this a little bit right now. So we're second gear right now, and it kind of just hiccups like that. It hesitates just a little bit. So if you're running full speed around, it's not a problem. But when you start getting the technical stuff, you're working on the bike, you're working logs, rocks, little tiny stuff like this, that's where the bike's gonna flame out and do some weird stuff like that. I just don't trust the bike like I want it to. So basically that's the issue I'm having with the bike right there. It runs fine, but at those bottom RPMs, it's just not as smooth as I want it to be. So we're gonna go back over to the pits, put on the Vortex ECU that's been tuned by Twisted, and come back and do the same test once again. All right guys, so back in the pits here with our bike. This is the Vortex ECU that's been tuned by Twisted Development. So basically we're gonna show you how to install this thing, and then we're gonna go back out there. So to remove your seat off your GasGas, KTM, or Husqvarna, just one 8mm bolt right here. It comes out super, super easy. Then your seat's gonna come off. And just like that, if you look right here, this is your factory ECU that we are gonna replace. Just pulls up like that. And just like that, we swap out our factory unit for the twisted one. Slide that bad boy right in there. Plug it back in. And that is essentially it. All right, so installation is that simple. Now we just need to calibrate the throttle position sensor, the TPS. And to do that, come up here to the handlebars. So basically you have your kill switch, your start switch. You're gonna hold down the kill switch, hit the starter for 1 second. You do that with the throttle closed, then you come back and go full throttle on the bike. Once again, hold down the kill switch, hit the starter, 1 second, and everything's been calibrated. Now it knows closed throttle and full throttle. We can now install our seat back on the bike and take it back out to ride. All right guys, so we have the Vortex in the bike now, and just from initial startup, it just runs so much better. So little stuff like slow wheelies like that, the bike just, it comes up, it doesn't stall. With the stock map, you do that, it sputters, pop, 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 and it doesn't want to run at the low RPMs. So now we can come up here, balance on the bike, work the slow speed stuff, and it just works so much better. I'm gonna click it up to second right here. So this is when the bike kept stalling before. So I can kind of stop, work it, feather it a little bit, stop, work it, feather it. And the bike just runs so much cleaner than it did before. So when the bike runs cleaner like this, the confidence it gives you that it's not going to stall in the technical spots is just so key that it's something you pretty much need for the bike. So it's a little stuff like that that is so hard to do on one of these bikes from the factory. So when the bike cleans up and runs better, it makes it 100 times easier. All right, so we're coming through here, super low speed, technical riding. This is where you don't want the bike to stall at all. So that way you can kind of come through here, work your way down nice and slow, and the bike's gonna keep running. It's not gonna stall. It's gonna work really, really well. It'll give you a chance to balance, work on things. With the stock mapping, the bike just flames out, falls on its face. This just gives you so much more confidence. And you can kind of just pick your lines apart here, stop it. Little moves like that are just so difficult with the stock ECU. All right guys, I'm Travis with Every Single Sunday. Thanks for watching my video about the Vortex ECU with the twisted development tuning on it. They can run so much better. Highly suggest you get one for off-road use. And if you're doing the track, 100 times better as well, plus more power. I crashed into the Cowie.